Hello and welcome to Sports Tower Talk. I'm your host, Elijah Loyola. Today, we shift our focus from the AFC East to the AFC South Division. This past season, this South Division was a complete turnaround by the midpoint of the season. At first, the Houston Texans were struggling, as well as the Titans. Jacksonville has found their way, but the Colts were running away with it. Until the second half started, they had completely fallen off, and Houston and Jacksonville came in and both make the playoffs, with the Jaguars coming in on top for the first time since 2022. Liam Cohen had his team winning the division in a strong season, only to end up in a playoff loss. However, there is a bright future in Jacksonville under Liam Cohen. Before we get to their mock draft, let's take a look at what they did in this past free agency. The Jaguars, after their stellar season to end up in a playoff loss, haven't done much in free agency this year. Quite frankly, it might have been one of the worst performances in this past month or so. They were able to bring back Montreal Brown, who had a great year in Jacksonville's defense, as well as bringing in running back Chris Rodriguez Jr. to beef up the running back room, thanks to the loss of Travis Etienne Jr. Aside from that, they were able to make a few more free agent signings as they're putting their major focus into this year's draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars have a lot of work to do in this draft, especially considering the fact that their two biggest players in running back Travis Etienne Jr. and linebacker Devin Lloyd both left the team to different divisions, more apparently to the NFC South. Jacksonville's got to find a way to fill in the voids here, and especially considering the fact they need to find more offensive firepower for Trevor Lawrence in order to keep his offense going. But let's take a look at what the mock draft is for the Jacksonville Jaguars coming into this year's draft. Earlier by midpoint of the season, the Jacksonville Jaguars traded away their first round pick to the Cleveland Browns for a player. So their first pick in the draft comes in the second round with two of them, where I had them selecting Zachariah Branch and Zachy Wheatley with their first two picks. Most of their major work comes in the fourth and fifth round, where they have them selecting one defensive back and one edge rusher on the defensive side, and as for the offense, a running back, a tight end, and a tackle to help them out. And as for their late round draft picks, they find one more offensive lineman as a guard from Kansas, Fernando Camargo Jr., and for their last three picks, they use it all on defense, where they get two defensive linemen and one outside linebacker, which that will probably help to fill the void in for Devin Lloyd. In my mock draft with the Jaguars, I had them trading up to select Zachariah Branch with the Buccaneers, and then trading back to earn those two picks back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This overall is a great draft that addresses every position for the Jaguars that they need to fix, and there's some great players that Jacksonville did find in this draft. And I want to start off with Zachariah Branch. Zachariah Branch transferred out from USC to Georgia looking for an opportunity to produce his skills, and boy did he ever do it. The 5'10", 170-pound receiver showed elite twitchiness and change of direction, which allowed him to create separation quickly in short areas and making defenders miss in space. He can create big plays after the catch with acceleration, vision, and elusiveness that turns short completions into explosive gains. He also has skills to play in the slot with route running ability to work in routes, slants, and shallow crosses where his quickness can create windows. He is also a dynamic playmaker for our creative offensive coordinators that can scheme anywhere in jet sweeps, screens, and more. Not only that, he also does show explosive return prowess, where he can take punts and kickoff returns to the house, which shows immediate value for special teams. With the loss of running back Travis Etienne Jr., the Jacksonville Jaguars will look to find a running back to replace him on the offense. And they do find that player in Katron Allen. At 5'11", 217 pounds, he provides an adequate frame for NFL running backs between balance, power, and agility. He also has a physical running style with force to allow him to break tackles, fall forward for extra yards, and consistently move the chains in short yardage situations. Despite a shortened season following a 3-4 team record and a season-ending injury to their quarterback Drew Aller, Allen shows mental toughness and focus by averaging 6.2 yards per carry, along with 612 yards on the ground and 9 touchdowns, showing his explosive playmaking and finishing ability. Through also that, he also had 98 carries through that partial season, which also demonstrates the ability to handle featured workloads at the NFL level. The last player I want to mention is edge Caden Curry. While he may not be like Caden McDonald and Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles on the offensive side, he actually led the team in sacks with 11 in Ohio State in 2025. He has a relentless motor with high effort plays and snaps to play at whistle. He also shows versatile alignment at defensive tackle and edge effectively. He also has elite grade at run defense among the top in this draft class, and had 13.5 tackles for loss to show it. He also has a quick spin move to exploit slower guards inside, and had hand techniques and motor to compensate for his physical limitations. Before coming to Ohio State, he was one of the best players coming out of his high school, showing with nearly 300 career tackles, 85 tackles for loss, and 28 sacks while winning back-to-back high school state championships. With the selection of Caden Curry for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he provides a stable edge rusher that they could surely use to help bring that pass rush to life back again to play alongside with Trayvon Walker. Jacksonville's season has been tremendous this past year, and they have a lot to look forward with Liam Cohen. My expectation for the Jaguars in that division, with the Colts trying to come back to their top form like they did in the first half of the season, and with how scary Houston's defense is, Jacksonville should win at least 10 games and repeat as division champions. That's my expectation for them if they want to stay as a contender in the AFC South and in the AFC playoff picture to come. That's all I have for today. Tune in for another episode of Sports Tavern Talk. Make sure you like and comment the video. Make sure to also follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and on X. And as always, I will see you next time.